Folks, as you can see, we are about a minute 45 to start, and we will start right on time because we are live streaming this, okay, to our Facebook and YouTube channels.
They're not the rich and famous. Their profit comes not from the thing they sell, but the good they do. But nonprofit organizations don't get the credit they deserve. Housing the homeless, feeding the hungry, spaying stray cats and dogs, showing kids how to dance and sing, preserving our landscapes and history, teaching literacy to folks both native and foreign-born, helping the adult with disabilities, and the struggling single mom. Nonprofits keep our community connected when all else fails, and we are proud to shine a spotlight on these life-giving organizations to give them more. That's right, buzz. All right. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, everyone, and welcome to Buzz Live. What a thrill it is to launch the new series of our show here in 2026, which I only tongue-in-cheek refer to as the Tonight Show for Nonprofits, here on Mill Mountain Theater's Waldron Stage, which is part of Center in the Square. Now, all month, we're going to be featuring various arts and cultural organizations that are supported by Center in the Square and some incredible musical guests. Now, my name is Michael Hemphill. I'm the creator and host of the TV show Buzz that airs every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. on Blue Ridge PBS, where we feature the great work that nonprofit organizations do and the marketing professionals affiliated with the American Advertising Federation of Roanoke who donate their time and talent helping these nonprofits achieve more buzz. Thank you. Y'all are great. Y'all are great. You can follow along on my website, buzzforgood.com. That's buzz, B-U-Z-Z, number 4, good.com, as well as our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, even TikTok, all at Buzz for Good. I would encourage you, please, to go to those channels, subscribe, follow, do all the things. Speaking of social media, those of you who are tuning in to our live stream on Facebook or YouTube, you have my man Rob Orthwine to thank. You've already met Rob. We still good, Rob? All right, excellent. I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors, and those sponsors are the Community Foundation Serving Western Virginia. Yes? Also, Partners in Financial Planning. Yeah, you're all in nonprofit world. You know that we got to thank the sponsors. Friends of the Blue Ridge. Very nice. And then the sponsor of our musical guests here right at the Center in the Square, The Candy Store. Now, Center in the Square holds a very special place in my heart because it was here really where the whole idea of Buzz came to be. Way back in 2013, I was the newly minted director of marketing and fundraising for the Science Museum of Western Virginia. And while I was there, someone on my staff, I cannot take credit for this brilliant idea, but someone on my staff came up with the idea of a fundraiser called the Time Traveler Pi Miler Race. Now, we were geeky, so it was the Time Traveler, which is 3.14 miles, as opposed to a typical 5K, which is 3.1 miles. And then the Time Traveler part was because we would start the race, or the plan was to start the race at 1:50 a.m. on the morning that clocks fall back. All right, that we lose an hour. So the idea is start the race at I see you're getting it. Start the race at 1:50, and by the time you finish, you've actually finished before you started. A brilliant idea. However, we were the Science Museum. We had no money to actually promote or market the race. And so at the time, the American Advertising Federation of Roanoke had an event called Create-a-thon, which was a 24-hour event where all the various marketing agencies in the city came together and donated their services to help a nonprofit. Well, Access Advertising, Tony Pearman, took up our cause, and over the course of that 24-hour period, created a fabulous commercial, which I will play for you here.
Science Museum of Western Virginia presents the Time Traveler Pi Miler. Roanoke's first race that lets you finish before you start. November 2nd at 1:50 a.m. To register, visit smwv.org.
Awesome. Now ignore that. There is no more Time Traveler race. Don't show up November 2nd at 1:50 a.m. You'll be by yourself, okay? But it was a spectacular event, and the morning of the race, we actually had 300 people signed up to participate, which showed me the importance of good marketing for nonprofits, who oftentimes don't have the time, the talent, or the money to properly promote themselves. So that's what planted the seed for Buzz many years later when I finally launched it in 2020. We have a great show tonight. We are going to go old school with Ashley Webb, who is the director of the O. Winston Link Museum and Roanoke History Museum. Old school, old stuff, right? Okay. Yeah, okay, you got it now? Sorry, when you got to explain it, that's a problem. So we got Ashley Webb. We've got our musical guest, Brian Harvest Black Hancock, who has been such a great friend of the show. And we're going to kick things off with another Buzz pun, the Queen Bee herself, Tara Marciniak, who is the president of Center in the Square, and we're going to kick things off with a video that actually she presented to City Council earlier this week, which, let's just say, it's gotten quite a bit of buzz.
Welcome to our nonprofit in the heart of downtown Roanoke. My name is Tara Marciniak, and we have a new project that we would love to tell you more about. Come with me. Welcome to Center in the Square's 7-story rooftop spaces. So for those who aren't familiar with Center in the Square, we are a 40-plus-year-old nonprofit in the heart of downtown Roanoke. And I think we can best be described as a mall of museums and performing arts organizations. We're visited by almost 500,000 people every year, which I think is quite an accomplishment for downtown Roanoke since we are surrounded by rural communities. We have about 100,000 people that live in the city of Roanoke and 100,000 people that live in Roanoke County. That must mean that people are coming in for out of town. So we're looking at some of our other spaces at Center in the Square and how we can develop them further for families and tourists to enjoy, which is part of why we brought you up to the rooftop today. We signed a lease for a new rooftop restaurant to open up in 2023, And that got us thinking, we're gonna have even more tourists and families coming up to this space to enjoy this beautiful area. And we haven't done a renovation of this space in over 10 years. So it looks beautiful, but there are some things that we would love to add to modernize this space. So we're considering a new sky garden project with new garden spaces, with bouncing fountains of water, and a giant Ferris wheel for the city to use. They even have ones that have a giant LED star placed on top of it. And for those who aren't aware, we are known as the Star City. It'd be incredible to have a giant Ferris wheel, not only for our patrons to use and enjoy, but to enhance the downtown landscape. As you look over from 581, it'd be like a marketing tool for our entire downtown area. We would have a giant star on top of Center in the Square in the heart of the city of Roanoke.
I think the Ferris wheel is a great idea. I think there's light, there's movement. It's an exciting thing with a great view, be even higher, perched on top of the building than it would just be on the ground. So that could be an exciting addition to the skyline.
So let Center in the Square Sky Garden be a tourism driving attraction for all generations for years to come.
All right. Well, please join me in welcoming Tara Marciniak. All right.
Whatever could you want to ask me about?
Well, we're going to get to the Ferris wheel. All right, and just for clarification purposes, this is not April Fool's. This is a real proposal, but we're going to get to that in a second, all right?
Right.
But first, let's go back in time, all right? And let's talk about how did Center in the Square come to be?
Okay, this will take about 5 or 6 minutes. Is everyone okay with that? It's going to take about 5 or 6 minutes.
As long as it's a good story. Y'all can start booing if it starts getting boring,
fine.
okay?
That's no problem at all. Well, so unfortunately, downtown Roanoke in the 60s and 70s didn't look as prosperous as it does today, and unfortunately, that's how a lot of downtown environments looked at the time. Our businesses, unfortunately, had left the downtown area in favor of shopping malls. So where vacancy was downtown, things like crime and prostitution took its place, and some of our local business leaders decided to get together and form a nonprofit in the hopes of solving the challenge of the downtown area. Even though they weren't sure what was going to replace those businesses, they thought, well, we've got some money, we've got talent, maybe we can figure this out. So one of those gentlemen was the owner of Grand Home Furnishings, George Cartledge Sr., and he gifted the other gentleman an abandoned feed and seed warehouse. Doesn't that sound like a great gift, right? From 1914. And he said, well, maybe we can solve the challenge inside of this downtown building that's abandoned. So at the same time, the city of Roanoke simultaneously felt downtown is not increasing tourism, families don't feel safe coming downtown, so maybe we need to do something as well. They ended up doing something called Design 79. Have you heard of that before?
I have, yes.
You have?
All
Okay,
because
so I
was at
can't
the
make
site
any
visit.
of this up
Right.
now. Okay, so you know what it is. All right, so evidently a consultant was flown into the area and we were asked to do a telethon. So citizens were able to call into WDBJ7 and submit ideas of what they thought would turn downtown around. And the big winning idea to come out of that was, of course, a hub of arts and culture. Place a hub of arts and culture in our most dismal downtown area, and it should increase tourism.
When there was plenty of parking downtown at that point, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right. I mean, I still think it's anyway. Okay, anywho. So back to those gentlemen who started the nonprofit. They renamed themselves the Western Virginia Foundation for the Arts and Sciences. I always say I wish they called it something shorter, but that's the whole name of our nonprofit. And they figured we can try to solve the problem inside of this building. The only challenge is we don't have a hub of arts and culture, right? Those gentlemen owned a steel mill, they had banks, they owned a furniture store, but they knew who did. So they, so at the same time, unfortunately, this sounds negative, but it was serendipitous for this bigger idea. Mill Mountain Playhouse, as it was formerly known, was located on Mill Mountain, and it had burned down. And it unfortunately, it was a very popular theater, but it didn't have a home any longer. So those gentlemen thought, well, let's knock on Mill Mountain's doors and see if they'd be willing to relocate into this abandoned feed and seed warehouse. As you can tell, that's a tough sell at the time, right? Hey, Mill Mountain, come to the sludgy part of downtown where all the prostitutes hang out and relocate, please. So obviously that's a tough sell, and they figured in order to sweeten that deal, we would have to offer nonprofits free rent, maintenance, utilities, security, custodial services, all of that paid for. And we were pretty fortunate that Mill Mountain said yes. I really feel without them, other nonprofits might not have felt as comfortable to come downtown.
Right.
So Mill Mountain ended up changing their name to Mill Mountain Theater. We opened with the Arts Council, the Art Museum, which is graduating to the Taubman, Mill Mountain Theater, the History Museum, and the Science Museum in December of 1983. And over one weekend, the very first weekend we were open, do you know how many people we saw?
Actually, I do not.
You don't? Okay, great. Then you want to guess? Just guess like a really low number because it'll make it sound good.
10,000.
Okay, great. We saw 45,000
Wow.
people in our opening weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty
That
incredible.
deserves applause. Wow.
So that, of course, proved that the concept would work. We ended up acquiring 3 more buildings. We have 4 historic buildings downtown.
Really?
We do.
Oh.
Yeah, we're in the second one right now. So the
Okay.
McGuire Building, Center on Church. Then we own the Shenandoah Hotel, the corner of Campbell and Williamson. And then the Norfolk Southern Building, where the Winston Lincoln History Museum is located. And then we gift space to Roanoke Ballet Theater as well.
Wow, wow. So I knew some of that history,
Mm-hmm.
but not the whole history, because that then kind of leads into, you mentioned Winston Link Museum,
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned Roanoke Ballet. What other organizations besides the ones that are housed within, I guess, the old Feed and Seeds building do y'all support?
Okay, I'll just go through the whole
Go for
list,
it.
and Melissa will tell me if I miss anyone. So we have Mill Mountain Theater, the Science Museum, Opera Roanoke, the History Museum, Winston Link Museum, Roanoke Ballet Theater, and we also support Busk Roanoke.
Did I get them all? All right. Yeah. Excellent. Bravo. Bravo. All right. So that's the past
Mm-hmm.
and the present. Let's spend a little time on the future, and we'll get to that in a second. But
Sure.
you've got some other projects in the works. So, like the second floor of Center in the Square, where the Harrison Museum of African American Culture, they've recently moved to the new Melrose Plaza, which is a
Right.
spectacular space, and we're going to talk about them in the coming weeks because we're working on a Buzz episode about Harrison Museum and its relocation. Wonderful space, but what's happening in its place?
Well, of course, you're going to be talking to Nick next week. He's from the Roanoke Pinball Museum. They are expanding, and we're going to build a party room. It's almost entirely completed, or is it completely completed now?
Almost.
Okay, we're going to still say almost. And there's a new party room space on the second floor, and the Roanoke Starcade is moving up next to them as well.
Awesome, which are two incredible amenities. The Starcade, though, was kind of tucked way in the back of the building, so they're going to
It
come up
is.
and have a little more
Right.
storefront.
Yeah, so if you're familiar with the Starcade, it previously was a closet, essentially, and we thought maybe we can generate some revenue with this closet, and turns out we could. It's shocking, but it sees around 2,200 people a month.
Wow, very nice,
Mm-hmm.
very nice. Okay, so there's that. There's also a distillery that's in conversation about becoming part of Center of the Square.
Yeah, that's right. So our Six and Sky rooftop restaurant, one of the owners is Brian Brady with Brady's Distillery, and he's been asking for many years if we had any slice of space at Center in the Square that he could occupy. And I was like, hey man, I got like a closet on the 4th floor or something. I mean, I don't really have like space for you. But then I talked to Melissa, our director of operations, to think a little creatively. We're going to bump out our atrium toward the market square.
Okay.
Because you may know if you walk in that side of the building, you walk under an overhang into Center in the Square.
Yep.
We never anticipated that would be the main entrance, but like 90% of our guests come through that way. So we're going to gain another 9 feet there. We're going to relocate our box office. So Brian Brady will get that entire side
Nice.
of the entrance. We're going to move our entrance over to the middle of the building, where it probably should have always been, and out toward the market square. And then the candy store will get a little bit more space too.
Fantastic. And now, the roof.
What did you want to know about it?
Where did this idea come from for a Ferris wheel?
All right, here's another 9-minute story. All right, so one of our board members happens to own the old Lakeside Amusement Park rides. Are you
Okay.
familiar with Lakeside?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, great. So we did a haunted attraction, and unfortunately that had to close down. But the last year that we were doing that, he said, I've got 3 of these old Lakeside rides. Can I bring them to your haunted attraction, set them outside? And I said, well, if you handle liability, that's fine. You can set them up. And we ended up, I got pictures almost nightly of this Ferris wheel that was outside, and we had thought maybe we could use it in a different way. So we ended up thinking about maybe the market square space for that, but Melissa brought up some points that perhaps that wasn't the most logical spot for it. We didn't own the Ferris wheel. We would have to fence it in. We would have to secure it all night. So at first I was joking, and I said, well, fine, we own the building. Let's just throw it on the roof then. And I kept thinking about it and thinking about it. So I figured I'm going to talk to our architect, and he will know whether or not it's possible. And instead of laughing me out of the room, he said yes.
All right, what do we think? What do we think? Yeah? Yeah? I mean, it's a wildly wonderful idea. And
I'm glad you think so.
I do. It's wonderful. So whether it actually can come to fruition, I'm happy to donate, but
Thank you.
but I think it's going to be
I'll take you up on
a
that.
little bit beyond my budget.
Okay.
But completely donate. But still, it's a wonderful idea. So congratulations for at least
Thank
just
you.
thinking big and bold.
Thank you.
Because that's what a community like Roanoke needs. I love it. I love
Thank
it.
you.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Tara Marciniak, president of Center of the Square. Thank you so much for being here and buzzing with us.
Thank you.
All right. And with that, we're going to turn it over to a buzz for good in my life, and that is Brian Harvest Black Hancock, our musical guest, who I'll let him introduce his keyboardist, and they've got a great song to play for us tonight.
How y'all feeling? My name is Brian Harvest Black Hancock. Black is spelled B-L-A-Q-U-E. Roanoke native, Virginia native my whole life. This is a town that I grew up in. Actually, it's definitely a pleasure because my grandparents used to clean this building. So this is a very special moment for me. And this is my brother right here, Sterling. Sterling is on the keys with us. I had a phenomenal year. And the album called The Care Package was something that was just me evolving with purpose. This isn't my plan, it's God's plan. Whatever you go through, sometimes you can't see the forest because of the trees. But on the other side of whatever you're going through is healing and a message. I lead with this, and I leave it up to you to just rock with me. If you don't want to, that's cool too. I still love you. This is called Be Patient. You can clap if you want to. One of these days, I'm gonna show you what I am made of, what I am made of. One of these days, I will not stray. Embrace where I came from, embrace where I came from, yo. And I know you wanna pull me down. I had to wise up and adjust my crown. I will not wait up. No, I will not wait up. Yo, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I will always love y'all. I will always love y'all. So please be patient until you hear from me. Till you hear from me. Please be patient until you hear from me. Till you hear from me. Please be patient until you hear from me. Till you hear from me. Please be patient until you hear from me, yo. Till you hear from me. Dance in the rain. Nothing to say. Set for I'm all done. Set for I'm all done, yo. You set me free. Fell to my knees. God says when I'm done, yo. God says when I'm done, yo. And I know you wanna pull me down. I had to wise up and adjust my crown. I will not wait up. I will not wait up. No, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I will always love y'all. I will always love y'all. So please be patient until you hear from me. Till you hear from me. Please be patient until you hear from me. Till you hear from me. Please be patient until you hear from me. Till you hear from me. Please be patient until you hear from me. Until you hear from me. Go. till you hear from me, from me, from me. Till you hear from me, from me, from me. Hey, did you miss me? Can you find it in your heart to forgive me? I know you think I'm out doing wrong. I've been gone way too long, and all I brought back was a song. Do you trust me? Is it wrong for me to ask you love me? I guess I'll be moving on. No, love is only built for the strong. Did you miss me? Can you find it in your heart to forgive me? I know you think I'm out doing wrong. I've been gone way too long, and all I brought back was a song. Do you trust me? Is it wrong for me to ask you love me? I guess I'll be moving on. No, love is only built for the strong. Till you hear from me, from me, from me. Yeah. Till you hear from me, from me, from me, yeah. Wake up, look alive, tears cry, pain no one denies. Opiates an all-time high, it's crazy. Racism, religion, what's the decision? If you're Muslim, Catholic, Jewish, or Christian. Can you feel the tension? All stem from the division. Ideas burn the brain, cause mass tunnel vision. And the peanut gallery has peanut allergies in reality. Forget formalities, these planners are nuts. Try to pimp traditions to help the rich get richer. Politicians pick their poison, then they lace it with scripture. Or David Chapman said he found religion shortly after he went and killed John Lennon. Now the world seems more hollow with leaders who just follow. However it go down, you better stay solid. From shallow to deep, still willing to dive in. Rolling with me, go ahead and climb in. Yo, I'm out the gate like dogs at protest. Rapping attack words fierce for the conquest. Live and direct from that hot sweat box. That meat cleaver, the seed that the beef get chopped. Hey! Till you hear from me, from me, from me. Please be patient till you hear from me, till you hear from me. Please be patient till you hear from me, till you hear from me. Please be patient till you hear from me, till you hear from me. Please be patient till you hear from me, till you hear from me. Clap your hands this evening. Come on now and say it's all right. Clap your hands this evening. Come on. I want you to feel all right now. Clap your hands this evening. Until the next time. One more time. Please be patient till you hear from me. Till you hear from me. Please be patient till you hear from me. Till you hear from me.
Whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Harvest Black Hancock. Oh, man. Thank you. Wow. I asked for a song and we got an opera. That's awesome. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Thank you. Yeah, you're good. You're going to hear again from Brian in the weeks to come, because one of the highlights of my work with Buzz has been a music video that probably many of you have already seen, but I can't help but take advantage of the opportunity to show it once again, featuring Brian's incredible work along with another Roanoke musician, entrepreneur, J.P. Powell, and the work that they did highlighting the arts and cultural organizations in the city of Roanoke for one of our Buzz episodes. We're going to share that in the weeks to come, so you'll have to come back. Please do. In the meantime, though, let's invite up another old soul. See what I did there, right? All right, Ashley Webb with O. Winston Leake Museum and Roanoke History Museum. Welcome. Absolutely, thank you. Now, O. Winston Leake, who is he?
So O. Winston Link, he was a 1950s commercial photographer. He lived in New York. He traveled down to Roanoke to document on his own personal dime the end of the steam era for Norfolk and Western, because Norfolk and Western at that time was the last to have steam trains, and they were phasing out to diesel. So that's one part of our museum. We feature the photography, the nighttime train photography, very niche, of him. And then the other half is the Roanoke History Museum. So we're a 2-in-1 museum.
That's awesome. All right, I am going to go off script here for a second.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
Nighttime steam engine.
Yes.
What makes that such a special combination or marriage?
Yeah, so Link was he was a technical genius, and his comments back in the day, it's the 1950s, you didn't really have color photography. So it was a new thing. So he chose to photograph black and white. He couldn't move the sun, he couldn't move the tracks. So he chose to photograph it at night, which was more technically challenging. He could place the lights where he wanted. That way he could eliminate the unsightly things in the rural Appalachia areas and really highlight the steam trains. And everything was staged in a lot of his photographs.
Really?
Yeah, so everything was staged. And he had one shot to get it all done. So
Yeah. Well, it's beautiful work.
Thank
so
you.
that's part of the museum,
Yes.
and then there's the Roanoke History Museum.
Yes, we have the Roanoke History Museum. So we're in the same building as the Visitor Center, the Visit Virginia's Blue Ridge, just across the street from Hotel Roanoke. And so the top half is the Visitor Center, and then the bottom half is both the Link Museum and the Roanoke History Museum.
Okay. And why does Roanoke need a history museum?
Yeah, so not a lot of people know we exist. We've been around since 1958, so we've been in the community for a really long time. But one of the things that's very close to my heart, so yes, history is made up of facts and dates and peoples and places, but it's made up of material culture, so the objects, the photographs, the letters, the clothing, and those items, they really identify and inform us how what do we have in our history. And so that's what we collect. We collect items from our community. Yes, larger museums may look for those big historical figures, the items from those people, but we are collecting for our community and informing how our history, Roanoke's history, is shaped through those artifacts. So, yeah.
Lovely. All right, show of hands real quick. How many people have been to the Roanoke History Museum?
Oh, fantastic.
And
That's
O. Winston Link?
amazing.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right. We're almost at 100%. Those who have not, you have a challenge in January. All right, it's indoor. All right, so you don't have to worry about the weather. Go and take a look at this space. All right. Speaking of January in this year, 2026, a monumental year in the museum world all across the country.
Yes.
And that is because
It is the 250th anniversary of the American Revolution and the signing of the Declaration of Independence. So we chose to celebrate sort of last year, but we're keeping it going.
Okay.
So 1775, January 20th, 1775 was the signing of the Fincastle Resolutions, and that is the first time anybody in the state of Virginia had said that they would pick up arms and give their life for their liberty. So that happened in 1775, predating all of everything, the Declaration and all that. So we celebrated that in January last year, a year ago, and we have two new exhibits, they were new at the time, but we have two exhibits up celebrating that Southwestern Virginia's role into the lead up of the Revolution. So.
the Fincastle Resolutions took place in the...
It did not.
It did not. Okay.
It took place in Botetourt County. So
Right.
Roanoke was not in existence at that
Botetourt
point.
County was basically...
Botetourt County was all the way to the Mississippi River.
Right.
So in 1770. So Fincastle.
Okay, we're breaking news here for people, right? Yeah.
So Botetourt was quite huge. But the Fincastle Resolutions actually took place in Fort Chiswell, which is present day Wytheville.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Yeah, but Fincastle, there was nothing, right?
It was all that country.
Botetourt County was all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah.
All right, and so what could we do to support the Roanoke History Museum during this year, especially right now?
Yeah, so right now, and I forgot to bring my prop up. Sorry. So right now, we have a special letter that's in our collection. It is for the Virginia Association of Museums, Endangered Artifacts, and it's actually a letter from 1775 that is from Lord Dunmore the last royal governor, to William Preston, who was based at Smithfield, Blacksburg at that time. And so this artifact is in need of conservation. It is extremely important because it is, again, it's from Lord Dunmore to William Preston, and it is granting or telling Preston to go sell lands past the Appalachian Mountains, which at the time was not really allowed. And so Patrick Henry and Thomas Jefferson both said that the king cannot grant himself land. So that was one of the many sparks that kind of ignited the revolution. And so this letter is in direct opposition of what the Patriots were really going for. So it is up for conservation. We're voting daily through the Virginia Association of Museums to get money to help conserve that. So that voting is until February 20th, 2026. So please help us with that. It's going to cost about $2,500 for conservation. We are up for $500 right now. So if we get the top spot, we get $1,500. So that's exciting.
Okay, so go vote, please. What does conservation look like?
So for this, as you can see, it's got a lot of staining. It will take away the staining so it's actually legible. It will keep it preserved. We'll encase it in some Melanex, history words, sorry.
No, all good.
Yeah, and so it'll just preserve it for the future, for future generations. I mean, it's already 250 years old. We want it to last another 250, so.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, excellent. Thank you so much for the work you do preserving and protecting history that is rooted here in Roanoke, Virginia. Thank you so much.
Of course.
All right. And with that, folks, stay here. I would like to invite our other guest back up on stage here, along with our musical guest here who will play us off the show. You were prepared for that? Maybe not? Yeah, come on. Get up here. All right. And while Brian Harvest Black Hancock comes back up here, I do want to take one more moment to thank our sponsors, the Community Foundation serving Western Virginia, Partners in Financial Planning, and Friends of the Blue Ridge, along with our musical sponsor, The Candy Store. Next week, I believe I'm correct in saying that we are going to have the Roanoke Pinball Museum, Starcade, and Kid Square all up here as our guests. Was that? Woohoo. Okay, woohoo. Yeah, right, yes. All right, so make sure you come back, and then we'll have another show on January the 22nd, and then the final one will be on January 29th. Again, all highlighting the incredible arts and cultural organizations supported by Center in the Square. So with that, thank you so much for being here. Continue being a buzz for good in the community that you hold dear. And with that, Brian, send us off.
All right. Let's see y'all just you can dance where you at. Sterling hit him with it. 3, 2, 1. Y'all feeling all right this evening?
All right.
Give yourself something to believe in, all right? Set it off, I'm on my 4th of July. Sometimes I wonder why the fakers don't even try. Independence, on the T, feel independent, huh? Cut them all short, weeds needed some trimming, huh? I'm up in the shop, just minding my business. Fall apart at the seam, never mind in the minute. Of these weak-minded people in political prisons, man. They can't count change and it don't make a difference. So please stand by, I'm in the outer limits. On my sci-fi, yeah, invaded the skywalk. July mind tricks to pull out your heart. It's still Harvest Black and you afraid of the dark. Reanimated chemists with the lyrics on spark. Come on with no gimmicks, photo finish and start. Hold it down like a paperweight. Pin in my paper mate, or go draw a flow that you can't even trace. Best believe what you know and what you hold is true. A lot of people in the game who's holding you. Last line of defense when the game is through. Is your aim to change? Who's changing you? Best believe what you know and what you hold is true. A lot of people in the game who holding you. Last line of defense when the game is through. Is your aim to change? Who's changing you? As long as I can recollect, I never show no disrespect. If anything to kill a set, best believe the squad to rep. Check a line to magnify. Long as limit is, it's got my way with words you can't define. Something that you can't deny. Reach out to fakers, then that's why it's more than me style. Scheme around it. Hate on us is such a crime. Seeing that we such a fine. Wordplay just an exercise. Simply set your camera fire. Watch my hunt and camouflage, so better know what I require. Chicken screen with no reply. Come on, fat. No desire. Surely got my mind right. And I will aim. I'm famous. You brainless. Who you think run the booth? You can't recoup, I state the truth. Analyze the lines, don't look behind my grind. Got these fakers saying I'm out of line. That's why my mind on pockets big as Colorado rocks. System locking out of stock, leaving them in sunshine. Believe what you know and what you hold is true. A lot of people in the game who's holding you. Last line of defense when the game is through. Is your aim to change? Who's changing you? Best believe what you know and what you hold is true. A lot of people in the game who's holding you. Last line of defense when the game is through. Is your aim to change? Who's changing you? Whoa. Y'all feeling all right? Okay. Whoa. 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 Best believe what you know and what you hold is true. A lot of people in the game who's holding you. Last line of defense when the game is through. Is your aim to change? Who's changing you? Best believe what you know and what you hold is true. A lot of people in the game who's holding you. Last line of defense when the game is through. Is your aim to change? Who's changing you? Clap your hands this evening. Come on, yeah. I said it's all right. Clap your hands this evening. Yeah. We just trying to make you feel all right now. Clap your hands this evening. Hey, said it's all right. Clap your hands this evening. Yeah, I say it one more time. Best believe what you know and what you hold is true. A lot of people in the game who's holding you. Last line of defense when the game is through. Is your aim to change? Who's changing you? Best believe what you know and what you hold is true. A lot of people in the game who's holding you. Last line of defense when the game is through. Is your aim to change? Who's changing you? Whoa. 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 One up for Buzz for Good. One up for Roanoke. One up for the arts in Roanoke. Make some noise for Sterling.